Hello, hello. We are passing through amazing and unexpected times, and hopefully, digital transformation could help your company, could help you as a professional, and could help uh, hopefully the environment. So today we're going to discuss how digital transformation can become a really good thing to all of us. Stay tuned because we'll be back right now. Hello, hello, good evening, good morning, good night, or whatever, where you are. If you are watching us on replay, let me put my name there. Okay, there you go. Marco Novo, and today we're going to talk about digital transformation and sustainability. It's a hard word to say when you're not an English native speaker. But today we're going to bring some guests. They are all of them in on the basement, and that we have a problem because usually I have a cookie and a glass of water to my guest because it's just one. Today we have four guests, and I just have this same cookie and the same uh, glass of water. I hope they can get an agreement with that. So we are we will talk about digital sustainability with Miguel, João, Pedro, and Marcelo. Hope you can make it. And if you are watching us right now, please drop your message. If you are on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope or Twitch, let us know. Say hello. Say from where are you talking. I think Marcelo is there. And if you are watching the replay, please hashtag replay. Or if you are watching now live, please hashtag live and give us your comment. Interact with us because this could be a very interesting conversation. So I'm gonna bring to the screen Miguel, which is the my co-host today. Let's see if he's alive.
I'm alive. I'm alive. Thank you. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Marco.
Hello, how are you, my friend? So today, as I mentioned before on the backstages, I'm gonna give you the host role. So what I'm and thank you for bringing this conversation to the screen. I think it's a nice conversation, and also it's good to have new ideas of content and have new approaches, bringing this diversity of opinions. So that's why I asked you for you to host the show because it's also a new opportunity for you to
Thank you so much.
to have a new role.
Put me under fire.
Please don't break nothing.
No. I'll try not to.
What I'm gonna ask you, Miguel, is to you to introduce yourself, then speak why you wanted to make this show, and then we can bring the other guest to the screen. Okay?
Yes. Everybody is talking about digital transformation, digital transition, sustainability, digital sustainability in Portugal and all over the world. And today we have a very important guest from the United States, who I'll present later, who can give also his perspective of things are going in the world's greatest market regarding recycling, sustainability, and digital transformation. I have also here today with me, João Campos, which is probably the greatest expert on digital sustainability and sustainability here in Portugal, and Pedro Cid Ferreira, which is the founder and mentor of Cuca by Tech, a consultancy company that operates in the field of digital transformation on small and medium companies and on startups, and which is doing a very, very valuable work for this kind of companies. In the United States, the state of things is more advanced that here in Portugal regarding sustainability, and Marcelo will talk about it, and digital transformation. Here, companies almost started in digital after the COVID-19. They started to have their website. They started to they already had their website, but they started to sell online on their website. And this was the first step for many small and medium Portuguese companies and small businesses to start in the world of digital. And they are sticking in it because they are seeing results. They are selling online. Small merchants in Porto, in Lisbon, in the Algarve, in other regions of Portugal are selling online, and they are very happy about it because they are increasing their income. They had their store, their physical store closed for all these months, but they are selling online, and they are happy, and they are happy, and they want to embrace digital transformation. But many times they just heard about this digitalization, transformation, transition, but what really this is? This is much more than having and selling online. This is an ecosystem of processes within the company. This is the construction of a workflow, a workflow more efficient and more profitable. Digital adds value to the companies. And this is our motto for today, for our show. I will resume the talking about this subject later, but I want to pass the ball to my colleague João Campos, which finished his master's today, and
Thank you.
thanks to him, he is really doing a pioneer job here in Portugal regarding digital sustainability. I just to finish my intervention right now. I think we all have the idea some years ago that when we bought a soda on the supermarket or on a cafe, on a restaurant, we had to return the bottle. Today, everything is disposable. Everything goes to waste. There is a lot of waste generation of things that could be recycled. You could even buy a washing machine, but you could buy it in a renting system. You should pay a fee to the manufacturer, and in the end, the manufacturer or the distributor could get the machine to himself and recycle it. But it's like the auto renting industry. You buy a car or you rent a car, and in the end, the company takes it back and it transforms it to another buyer or to auto parts or anything. But this is more sustainable. But it's better to João to explain it. He better than no one can summarize all this and can explain this concept of reusing, recycling, which is very, very important. We are not getting out of focus of digital transformation. It's just a perspective within digital transformation, this circular economy. João, if you could detail a little more and integrate these two worlds, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Hi, Miguel. Hi, Marco. Hi, everyone. Thanks for the invitation. and you made a really nice introduction, and you focus on one of the four pillars that digital transformation can help sustainability and making us going neutral. And I would focus that digital transformation can accelerate our society to go neutral. We have some traditional and conventional tools right now that can help us to decrease our footprint, but I really believe that digitalization can make it more radical and more and faster to our society go neutral. So I think within the circular economy, as you referred, we can use digital transformation within four pillars. I see along all the value chain, one in the supply chain, another pillar could be in the operations, the third one customer relationship, and the fourth one end of life. And I'm going to detail each of the four. Imagine in the supply chain, all the agents of the supply chain, all the suppliers being connected in a digital tool, like a vertical tool to integrate all the agents. And with the connection and interchange of the data, we could have less stock, which means less material, less waste, no overstock, and we could reutilize the waste within this chain. And this is the first impact within the value chain that we can apply to digital tools. The second one, I would say operations, and here I focus efficiency. Here with efficiency, we can use with the machine learning, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, online data collection, and advanced treatment of data. We can use less materials, less stock, less waste, more efficient, and we could, of course, obviously, use more digitalization instead of physical support. The third pillar I would mention customer relationship. And as you were talking about, instead of selling products, companies could apply servicification, which means renting the products. It's adding the value in the business. Instead of just selling products, we can have economic return, added value with servicification. And with that, we can um, teach with digital tools, we can teach consumers to better use the products with energy efficiency, with better maintenance, using less spare parts, and using and repairing better their products. At the end, as the and this is the fourth pillar, I would mention the end of life, and this is the end of the when the consumer doesn't want the product anymore. Instead of disposing the material, going to the waste, and going to the waste, it's not going away, because there's no way going to the waste. It means footprint. And the with the end of with the certification, and with the digital tools, the company can return the product and give it a second life, can extend the life of the product. They return the product to the producer, and they can give it a second life, reutilizing, recycling, repairing. And this is amazing. This is amazing opportunity for companies to add economic return and reduce or neutralize the footprint. And the consumers are getting more and more aware of sustainability. They want to know where their products come from. They will to pay more for sustainable products. And there, I didn't focus, but there's another. It's the last. I will finish with this. In the third pillar of customer relationship, we can, with digital tools, we can have an amazing thing that is footprint traceability. the consumer can know where this material came from, how much CO2 or how much carbon did it free to the environment to produce that product, and all the traceability or footprint traceabilities since the beginning, from the extraction until the deliver of the product to the consumer. And I think that I focus all the points.
Okay, João, thank you so much for your insights, your great explanation. I think we cannot be more clear. You could not be more clear about the four pillars of the digital sustainability. It's just like that. And great explanation. Thank you so much for your vision, for all your studies in this field, and to the help you can give to the companies regarding this. So right now, I am going to pass the ball to Marcelo, how our guest from the United States. Marcelo owns a waste recycling service, but you'll explain more the job of his own company and try to make the status quo of the digital sustainability and the circular economy here on the United States that is a little bit more advanced than in Europe. Thank you, Marcelo.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you very much, Miguel and Marco. Thank you very much for inviting me to today's discussion about sustainability and implementing sustainable recycling and durable solutions. So I appreciate the opportunity to have a discussion on that. Now, when it pertains to my position in this industry, I work for a company called Republic Services. I guess when it comes down to the appearance that I have on LinkedIn, it appears that I own my own business, but essentially I own the clients that I work, meaning the relationships, and how I manage those relationships are so much so that it appears that I own my own company because I'm so prideful and I feel strongly about this initiative and ensuring that when I do meet with someone, either today or someone that I might know in the past, and hopefully folks that are watching this video now, maybe in the future, I can make sure that the solutions that we have in place or that we recommend meets their specific needs. And now I do that through completing a brief waste assessment with my clients to ensure that the solution that they are considering to implement in their facility really meets what they need to do. So what we do is that we meet with either the sustainability initiative person or maybe the environmental and health and safety individual, which goes by EHS. That's normally known as the acronym, and I work with them to ensure that we can meet the specific sustainability goals. Sometimes actually I can share a story right now. I've worked with a company called Black and Decker. They're a large organization here in the United States, and they make multitude of different solutions. Recently, or not recently, when I worked with them on their sustainability initiative, they wanted to reduce their waste that was going to the landfill by a significant amount. So I work with them, understanding their goals, understanding their processes, and understand how the waste is produced from birth and eventually how they are disposing it. I work with them very closely to understand how we can make the changes to ensure that it had produced a very little downtime in their process, and it did not add any additional time that they could not budget for. Meaning that a lot of organizations are very aggressive. Or they would like to think that they're aggressive in implementing these solutions, but actually, when you sit down and talk to them and explain the changes that you have to do to ensure that you can meet these sustainability goals, and they realize it's going to affect their bottom line, chances are a lot of companies do not want to make that change. On paper, it sounds great, but unless the organization is budgeted to make these changes, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. So going back to the company that I mentioned, Black and Decker, I worked with them closely on this initiative, so much so that I made recommendations to um, remove all the styrofoam cups in their break rooms and provide cups, very similar to this that I have right here in my hand. So imagine a cup like this, but a branded cup. So they gave everyone a cup like this and, utensils, and ultimately encourage them to utilize these materials so it reduced the waste that they typically produce in the areas like their break rooms and so on. So to wrap up that section, they after we implemented their solution, we managed to reduce the waste that went to the landfill by over 60%. And their initiative in their I guess their changes in their process was so successful that they were awarded an award here in Metro Atlanta. There's an organization called Keep Georgia Beautiful. They got an award, a sustainability award for their efforts. And so, if anyone is watching this video right now and you're connected with me, and if you're not, go on my profile in my first section, which is the company I work for, Republic Services. There's an article right there talking about the same initiative, how we managed to reduce their waste by over 60%. So, in conclusion, if you are an organization that is looking to implement some steps to reduce your waste and make sure that you hit these sustainability goals, it's not too late. You can reach out to me directly, either connect with me on LinkedIn or contact me via telephone as well, which is my information is on my contact page. But if you want to make it easy for you, my number is 678-683-9136. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you via Zoom and ultimately find out if we could be a good fit for each other. So thank you very much, everyone. And I hope that answers my position in in recycling and implementing sustainability initiatives.
Thank you, Cello. Thank you, Cello, for your great insights and the way things are done in Metro Atlanta, and for all the story that you told us about Black and Decker. This is really an achievement. To reduce waste in more than 60% is really a great achievement. Congrats to you and all the team that worked on the project, because, as I said, it's really a great achievement. This is stories that we are sharing about the potential of digital transformation on companies, reducing waste and making the world more sustainable and eco-friendly. Right now, I'm going to pass the ball to our final guest, which is Pedro Cid of Cucavitec and other companies. Pedro, please tell us some story or somewhat about your experience in working with small and medium companies and startups regarding digital transformation, and your view on what digital transformation can be an added value to the companies, more than just having their site and selling online. Of course, that is very important. That can be the first step, having a website and selling online. But digital transformation, it is much more than that. It's like caring about your leads, making businesses, maximizing your lead value, all that. Sid, now it's up to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you. And thank you, Marco, also for the invitation. Hello to my colleagues and hello to all the listeners. I think I'm the guy that will talk about digital transformation. Um, I will just start with this. For me, digital transformation, it's all about transformation and not too much about the digital. Okay. Um, from my experience, we can talk about analogic transformation, digital transformation, but the tricky thing is the transformation. Okay, because we are talking about changing habits, changing mindsets, and this is my struggle from the past years. Okay, working with several organizations, private and public organizations. I just read a couple of months or weeks ago something. I think it's the German government. They have this kind of mission where they say that to explain a little bit what is the sustainability in digital transformation is to put the environment into the algorithmics. And this is a very precise, simple way of explaining what is digital transformation with this baseline of sustainability. I heard Miguel and João and Marcelo, and I was thinking a couple of years, well, a long time ago. In fact, I'm an old guy. I remember my father was a very heavy smoker. And I remember very clearly my father smoked, and then the pack, he threw it away to the street. Okay, and I was very young, and I remember that. I remember walking on the streets and seeing uh, a lot of cigarettes, a lot of stuff, on the floor, and of course, after 40 years, something happened for the best. But in some ways, the opposite also appears, and in some countries, I visit the past 6-7 years. I work a lot in Latin America, also Europe, but a lot in Latin America, and of course there is this huge gap in some of the Latin America countries, not all of them, but there is this gap between Latin America and United States and even Europe. So digital transformation, from my experience, and to be honest, most of the companies, they don't have the digital transformation, and I'm not talking about tech companies. Okay, I'm talking about several verticals, several industries. Some of them, and sometimes very representative companies of their sector, they don't have the digital transformation on their DNA, and not even the sustainability issue. Okay, and this is something that companies like mine, Cooker by Tech, we try to improve and explain a little bit the return of investment in this kind of investments, digital transformation, and also eco process, or applying sustainability process in the business model. And my experience also tells me that sometimes people only think about it when they are pushed against the wall. Okay, and they are pushed against the wall by their clients, by their, let's say, stakeholders around the company, like investors, for instance, and also by the governments, or if you want, in the by the law. Okay, because if you think nowadays, let's think about Amazon or Apple or Microsoft. I don't judge those companies by their net profit. I don't even know their net profit. Or we heard about billions and billions and billions. Okay, but for me, it's something that I don't keep on my mind. But I think nowadays the companies are judged by the positive impact they do in the society, and this is something that is cross-connected with the sustainability issue. Okay, and it's not about, okay, we have now this pandemic crisis. Everyone is scared. Everyone is very scared about the environment, how it will be. It seems nice, even nice now with the pandemic situation because no one is working. We don't have planes flying. Okay, so it seems that the environment gain another blue sky, but uh, um, I think that digital transformation must be explained, and explained not in tech terms, but in very, I would say, simply terms, and also, of course, the sustainability. Because when you talk about sustainability, we are talking about um, changing the business model, changing the process, changing the relationship uh, among employees and with the customers. So the formula, we have a lot of variables that need to be explained to the decision makers, and companies like mine, we try to do this first step. Okay, not explaining technology, not explaining what is IoT or AI or blockchain or whatever, but try to explain the whole picture and try to explain that companies, they have stakeholders, they have suppliers, they have clients, they have the policymakers, they have the laws, they have the government. So they need to think and to be equalized in this ecosystem. And sometimes when someone tells me, but Pedro, digital transformation, can I wait a little bit? Yeah, the companies can wait, okay? But those who have the like this long-term perspective, they need to start right now. I was just reading some stuff of the World Economic Forum, and okay, this is numbers, this is statistics, this is studies, okay. But when the projection says that 60% of the global GDP, okay, 60% of the total GDP is digitized, and when they say that 70%, 70% of the new value of the next decades will be through digital business platforms, yeah, you can wait. But I think you need to start now thinking about digital transformation, digital process, digital tools, and of course, with this, wrap it up all in this sustainability hat, because this is really the differentiation between companies that want to win and companies that probably will fail. Okay, and that's it. My introduction. Okay.
Pedro, thank you so much for your insights and your explanation of digital transformation. That more than digital transformation is a transformation itself. It's digital because the world GDP is getting digital and digital and digital. But it's a transformation. It's a mindset transformation. It's a user experience transformation. It's a customer experience transformation. It's a sustainability, more focused company. It's all a transformation that fits in a digital umbrella. And thank you so much for your insights. The roundup of all the guests has ended. So right now, please, I will open your microphones so you can have any more insights and information that you think that will create added value for this debate that is being followed by very much persons here. So who wants to start the second round?
Okay,
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay. Go, no, go, Marcelo. Go.
Yes, fine. Yeah, one thing I wanted to recommend when it comes down to implementing any type of transformation, especially if it's digital or waste for that matter, uh, understand exactly what your company or the people that you're representing, what are their goals, and understand exactly if they're really more of hitting specific metrics, then focus on that. But if they really are driven on making a difference and reducing how much waste is being produced, implementing sustainable solutions, then try to echo your recommendations to what their goals are. Meaning that if you go into it thinking, well, like I said earlier, that my experience with Black and Decker, if I go in there saying, well, this worked for Black and Decker, I'm sure it's going to work for you. You already failed. Chances are, even if you have an opportunity to work with them, you're they might be less likely to accept your proposal. So make sure that whatever you work on with them, first make sure that they are on board and they are as committed as you are, and make sure that you ask good questions to make sure that that partnership is a realistic one and a sustainable one. And I guess at this point, if we have any questions in the comments, we could address that if I have any questions that people have submitted via comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Cello. Thank you, Cello, to summarize and to give a more in-depth opinion and to relate to your experience. Sid, you want to tell something more? You want to add some more information to this conversation and this discussion, and then we'll end up with João.
Yes, just to share an experience like Marcelo had it with Black and Decker. I think it's Black and Decker, right? Um, um, I was just remember I was a trainer. Well, I'm still a trainer, but in the past I was a trainer, and I give this training. In this project in Portugal, it was, I think, one of the biggest in terms of digital transformation in the public sector. It was for the Ministry of Labor and Welfare. So we are talking about at least 7,000 employees of this ministry. And it was so we are talking about 1999. So you see how old I am, 1999. And this was a huge project, all of Portugal, even the Iceland, the Azores and Madeira. We are talking about training people how to use computers, how to use business applications, and we are talking about people that will use the applications that will rule the lives of people and companies. So we are talking about the applications that transform the laws into something that people and companies will use. And when we started the project, so we are talking about average of people was around 45 years old. They never worked with computers. And the question was how to motivate these people to do this and to accomplish the goals of the project. Okay, and I always tell this story when I find a company, when I talk with a startup or a small medium-sized company, and when they tell me, man, I don't know, it's difficult, people don't have the profile to do this and that, and I explain this story, and I'm talking about people with 45 years old, sometimes 50 years old. We are talking about the director and but also the driver, so the classes, they were mixed classes, and we are talking about physical training, but also e-learning. Okay, um, okay. There was one big motivation, and the motivation was if you don't learn, you can't work. That is a big motivation because if people, it was very simple, man. We are introducing computers in your job. So you need to learn how to work with these computers. Okay, this is the motivation. Okay, but people could go to the work and not working with the computer. So we had to reinvent almost a storyboard and metaphors and a script to introduce the contents of this training. And this was a very, this for me was a lesson and a perspective to see uh, when people when you explain the message to people in ways that people really understand, they will learn. Okay, they could have a motivation behind, but they will feel happy to understand what is what are the goals and the and the clear goals to explain clearly what is the goals that you want to achieve, and this is something that sometimes I don't see in the companies, and that's why it's very important. I think Marcelo told that it's very important to have people with the decision in the companies to have the commitment of these people, because otherwise you will not have success if the boss don't give the example, and are not and the boss is not involved in the process. So I always explain this situation that I had, and I'm talking about a project of it was like 3 or 4 years, 7,000 people learning how to work with computers. With it was very very difficult, but at the end the goals, they were at least almost all of them, they were achieved because people, they understood really what is the needs for digital transformation and how useful it is for their clients. Okay, and that is very very important to explain. So for me it's the most important part. Of course you need to do, because digital transformation, it's not only put computers or IoT or artificial intelligence. Now you need a lot of stuff around this. You need to give training, you need to give positive message, you need to create channels for communications and sharing ideas. You need this inside the companies. It's not only, okay, I'm a consultant guy, I will talk with the boss, I will clarify the price, you pay me something, and I will implement a CRM or IoT or AI. No, it's not only that. Okay, we need to wrap it up, all of this with a good story for people to understand what is digital transformation, of course, and also what is sustainability. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sid, for your insights and for yeah. In the end, transformation is more about people than technology, and I think that will be that way forever. People are the real transformers. It's not only about IoT or AI or any other field of digital transformation. People's mindsets and goals really do the transformation. Unfortunately, Marcelo have to go, and I will pass the ball right now to João to wrap it up and to say uh, anything more that can be of value, uh, of adding to everything of value that you have said before, which is very important and pertinent. João.
Okay, I agree. I agree with Pedro when he says that transformation is about people, and technology by itself cannot solve the problems and doesn't lead us to any end. So, but technology is very important as a support between a business model, a strategy, and the goals of the company, sales, sustainability, and it really can boost the goals. And regarding sustainability, I I'm an optimistic guy, and I really believe that we will achieve the goals to achieve carbon neutrality, and the question is when. And it's very important that we achieve as fast as we can. The goals for Portugal, Europe, and the Kyoto Protocol is to achieve carbon neutrality until 2050, and we'll need technology to achieve those goals. Technology in energy, in production, in extraction, in end of life, and companies that are still struggle and resistant to embrace technology and sustainability, they they need to change, because they will be pushed by investors, by regulators, by the community, by suppliers, by customers, by employees. And companies, they really need to understand that sustainability and digital sustainability can help them achieving cost reduction, long term market value, and shareholder value, retain and motivate talent, and create a cooperative relationship with all the stakeholders, instead of always fighting with the regulators, always fighting with the investors, with the community. If we anticipate, if we involve them, and we set mutual goals, we can do it better for everybody. And that's the new way of operating in the marketplace. The competition with the stakeholders, it's 2018. It's late. So let's go neutral, and let's go digital for everyone's health. That's it.
Great, great sum up, João. Great, really great insights, and thank you so much for your time. You too, Sid, Marco. Thank you so much for hosting this great show, for inviting us to be with you and to talk a little bit of just it is just the tip of the iceberg regarding digital transformation, digital sustainability. We just told some stories. We just took a glance at the big picture of what is being done right now in the world. We have the Portuguese example, the example from the other side of the Atlantic in the United States. We have to talk more about these subjects, and more than talk, to act. And as Pedro Cid said, the companies that do not embrace this right now, of course, they do not have to embrace it, but will be a step behind for building a tomorrow and to being part of a digital world, a sustainable world with less garbage produced. So, thank you so much for you all. Thank you, Marco. I will
Wait,
let you
wait
know.
a little bit, my friend, because you're forgetting something really
Yes,
important,
yes.
which is
Really,
how can people find you on
yes.
social media? I will make a wrap up because it's important uh, for people who are watching us and for those who are watching the replay. And if you have some question, please let us know. Just comment so we can answer you. Okay. But before that, it's important for you guys to you can drop it on comments. I will ask you to drop your at least your social your LinkedIn presence so people can follow you back. Okay, but I will put Pedro so he can say how you can find him and his company on social media and digital presences, because if we are talking about digital presence and we don't talk about this,
Yeah,
you know.
sounds bad. Yes, well, my company, you can find it kukabytech.com. Okay, it's a consultancy company, and I think it's the best. There we have all the service explained. We have also some examples of projects regarding digital transformation. Um, we have also even a digital tool for now in Portuguese, because we are working mainly with the Portuguese markets. But we have a diagnosis tool where we a tool that we use to know the demands and needs of the startups and small medium sized companies regarding sales, marketing, internationalization, digital transformation, and of course sustainability. So the best way is kukabytech.com, and you will find some information about our company. My name is Pedro Cid Ferreira, so you can also try to find me on LinkedIn. Okay,
Perfect.
thank you, Marco.
João, no sound, João.
Okay, sorry.
Now you have sound. Now it sounds better now.
Yeah, did you see the American guy? He took immediately the advantage to market himself, and now the Portuguese, we are so humble that we don't market ourselves. We need to improve that. My name is João Campos. I'm a sustainability consultant. My company is Humb Consulting. You can find in humbconsulting.com. Humb is HUMB. Hey, humbconsulting.com. You can find my LinkedIn profile also with João Campos, and that's it. I'm also a partner of Kuka by Tech, and you can find me. Search for it.
Yes, I forgot to tell this. Okay, I'm also partnering with Hump Consulting regarding sustainability issues. Okay.
Perfect. And Mr. Miguel.
I'm also with Cuca Tech, the great consultancy company here in Portugal, with our diagnosis tool proved with startups and small and medium businesses. I have sent my LinkedIn profile here on the live stream, so you can connect with me, and everything that has to do with marketing, digital transformation, and internationalization or sales, you can talk with me, share some ideas, and I will be glad to share my insights and my experience with you. But the main project right now that I'm in is really Kuka by Tech. We have a really great diagnosis tool for startups and small and medium businesses, and we'll be glad to help you and your company in digital transformation, not only companies but also public institutions as governmental, townships, intermunicipal communities. We have the tools, we have the experience and the team to help you regarding sustainability and digital transformation, and it will be a pleasure to be of service to you. Kukabytech.com. Thank you so much, Marco, for hosting this great show.
It was a pleasure, my friend. Kuka by Tech, it's a company with very kuka. Lots of kuka. So it was a pleasure. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, João. Thank you, Miguel. It was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you to all of you who are watching us live or on replay. We have this comment from Mo. Hello, Mo. Thank you for being there. Thank you so much for a fruitful conversation to share your professional point of view on digital transformation. It was a pleasure, my friend. Hope you will be there to watch more conversation, because more is about to come. Okay, so thank you very much. Don't forget to follow these nice men, gents. Okay, wish you a good rest of day, and don't forget to, well, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe my channel and to keep in touch. So bye bye. Today I'm premiering my outro video, so let's see if it works. Bye bye.